Hi friends, I know I just sent you a video yesterday, but I've had some things that have developed in me over the past 24 hours or so. Actually, they've been developing in me for quite some time, and I woke up this morning feeling a sense of direction from the Spirit of God to communicate some of these things with you. And so I just want to share some thoughts that relate to our service on Sunday. To say that 2020 has been a year of great change, instability, tension, pain, fear, and anger would be an understatement. So many things have occurred, so many views have been expressed, so many sides have been taken, so many theories postulated, and so much pain has been experienced. I've been greatly burdened by it all. My views and my opinions have been challenged. I have learned new things. I've been drawn to try and make sense of it all. I've been asking myself constantly, what does Jesus think about this, and how would he respond, and what would he do in our current environment? I've been burdened by the polarizing views of Christians and non-Christians alike. I've been struck particularly by my own ignorance and have been burdened with the need to grow and understand, to empathize, and to humbly be honest about my own biases and understandings, which may or may not line up with the way of Jesus and reality. I feel the weight of all this in my own life, and I feel the weight of responsibility as a pastor of a local church. I'm feeling the need and responsibility to point us to Jesus in all of this. And so I want to take a break from the new series that we just began last week on the parables and spend the next week or two wading into these weighty topics and issues. As best I can, my goal is not to share merely my opinions or views on these things, but really to attempt to answer the questions, what does Jesus think about this? How would he act? How would he respond? Now, I don't presume to know exactly how he would respond in each situation, but I'd like to do my best to guide us into that reality. To that end, I hope that my personal views and your views would align or eventually align with a Jesus way of thinking and response. So, I'd like to ask you to respond to this email with a question or two that you're curious or burdened about, or you can submit a question through the Google link at the end of this email. These could be questions that you want to know a bit more about in terms of how Jesus might respond or answer or handle a particular issue or topic. And I'll do my best to share my take on what we seem to see in Jesus' life and his teachings, and attempt to reflect back to all of us how he might respond in these situations and in these circumstances. And so here are a list of the topics that you might be curious about, you might be wrestling with or burdened by. I can honestly say that in one way or another, all of these things have grabbed my interest in profound ways in recent days. You may have other topics, but these are the ones that I've come up with. Black Lives Matter, racism, law enforcement, our justice system, government involvement in COVID rules and restrictions, rules being imposed on churches, protests, riots, poverty, the dismantling of flags and monuments, attacks on Christianity, the news media, political parties, our president, LGBTQ, abortion rights, Western consumerism, and the use of social media. You know, we've been focusing a lot on Jesus, how he lived and how he loved, what he taught and what he did. How would Jesus respond today to these things? How might Jesus' response be aligned or different than our responses? We need to attempt to ground ourselves in Jesus, to see life through his eyes and think and respond the way we think he would. Sometimes that might fit neatly with our own desires and fit well with our own personal views. At other times, it will be radically different, and we'll have to adjust our thinking, our views, and our actions with his help to live, love, and begin to see things as he would. Again, please respond to this email with your questions prior to Sunday. I'll give preference to questions that get asked in advance, as that would be the better model for me to be able to be prepared for what questions are being asked. But I also will provide space for people to ask questions through the chat window on our Zoom call on Sunday as well. Again, another option would be for you to follow a link at the end of the email that this video is attached to, which is a link to a Google spreadsheet, and you can submit your question there prior to Sunday. So I love you all very much. I look forward to our service on Sunday, and I'll look forward to talking with you more then. God bless you all. Bye-bye.